Ellie, welcome.
Thank you.
It's a thrill to have you with us. Thank you so much for coming. We're really thrilled to have Ellie because Ellie is one of the people who's been helping us with a lot of feedback and work as part of our Elite Advisory Council, really trying to pull together the event and attract as many of the top runners as we possibly can and trying to really, generate a championship field, and we really appreciate all your help in doing that. So thank you so much.
No, I'm delighted to be here and be part of it.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
What I have is what the people want to know. I'm going to ask you a few questions from Facebook.
Okay.
How you like that? These are not my questions. I have no responsibility for these questions, but I'm going to ask you these questions. So I have a good one here. It says, from Justin McCune. I don't personally know Justin, but Justin would like to know, how do you always take such great, fantastic photos during a race, Ellie? Most people like that are just dying and they look miserable, but Ellie, you are always smiling.
Come on, we do this for the fun of it, right? We don't do it to be miserable.
Right. But some of us normal humans actually get miserable during all this.
I say, particularly like there's photographers that you see out on a lot of courses, like Glenn Tashiyama. I mean, you can't come around the corner and not smile at Glenn, right?
He's such a good guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if the photographer's your friend, it's pretty easy to smile, right? And no, it's all about, if you put a smile on your face, you feel better and you have fun, and then you're not miserable.
No, it makes true. I think a lot of times what you show to other people, you eventually feel yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not saying it's a forced smile, but if you do,
Or I just say, I'm really good at faking feeling good, and maybe eventually I'll feel that way. Exactly. So here's another good question. This comes from Karna Sung Hyman. Ellie, did you walk at all during your amazing run at Western States? Exclamation point.
Yeah.
There are canyons.
Exactly. Like, obviously. You try not to walk, but I was actually surprised. Like this year at the start, as like the start of Western States, it's a pretty good climb there. And this year I actually felt I walked more. Yet I was further up the women already, even though I was walking. So sometimes, I say it's power hiking. Okay, it's walking, right? But sometimes power hiking is actually more efficient than running. You're saving energy. And you're saving energy, and you can sometimes be going faster than.
I think it's a misnomer. No, for sure. I think a lot of people who don't compete at this level assume that the only way you can run 16-something is to run every single step, and that's kind of not always true. I mean, there are places where it's a lost effort.
Yeah, good point. Exactly. I mean, if you're on a super fast, World 100K course, then you're running every single step. But
Ryan J would like to know, Ellie, if you could be an elite in any other sport than running, what would it be? I know.
I've never honestly thought of that. I'm a bit of a one-track.
I'm thinking rodeo, maybe, or.
You never know. You never
know.
I might have to practice, right? But
it's always been running.
No, I love running, and it's hard, right? Once you get into a sport and that's your thing, you're like, why would I want to do anything else?
There you go.
It would be something else, like an outdoorsy sport.
Endurance,
Like, I'm not saying my goodness, I've never climbed or anything like that, but it would be that kind of sport rather than, I wouldn't want to be like basketball or tennis, like one of these like big money, high profile sports.
Gotcha. Last question for Ellie Greenwood. Karen Tabor would like to know, what single piece of training advice would you give someone who wants to run faster at 100 miles?
Run faster at 100 miles, that's kind of hard. I mean, I think it's the balance of getting the mileage in. So I think definitely if you can increase your mileage, that helps.
Sure.
But don't become obsessed by that.
Right.
So do some quality, like even if they're like don't become obsessed with all your runs have to be long, slow, just get the miles in.
Right.
Like sometimes maybe go out for 45 minutes or an hour.
Sure.
And I'm a big one for, even if you're trail running, do some road running. Because it keeps your pace up.
I totally agree with you. I actually enjoy the mix.
I think some people say, I'm a trail runner, so I only go on trails, and then you end up hiking a lot, which is fine, but it naturally slows you down.
You lose the turnover.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of people transition from road running to trail running, and then they wonder why they've got slower. So I would be all up for, yes, get your quantity of running in, but then also do some quality of, like I said, just
I think
go out on a super easy trail. Or
and
a road.
I personally believe that that's why we're probably seeing a few course records that are finally being broken, that have been around for a long time, like you experienced at Western, is that we're getting a group of athletes who do come from maybe, if not a strict road background, have at least done some speed work in the process, and they're bringing some of that back into the sport, and I think we're going to see that effect, increase.
And I don't think it has to be like, some people shy away from like speed work of, oh, I don't want to do hill repeats or track work, which I would agree for 100 miles. I don't really see much advantage of going to a track. But for example, in the winter, I used to run a lot on a treadmill because of the weather. Well, you naturally are more prone to sort of keeping an even pace. So that's it. Maybe just go out for like even paced runs rather than always going out on.
So I think she said volume and quality.
Yeah,
if you can do it, a balanced life. Ellie Greenwood, thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.